Great morning, great morning, great morning, guys. I am Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is a great day as usual. Up late last night, and I still got this thing going because I love what I do. I love getting on with you guys. I love it. We have a amazing topic today, talking about resurrecting the dead areas in your life based off of a book I'm reading right now by Maston Kip. Let's jump on. You know how we start this every single time. It's about appreciation. What are you appreciating this morning? What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for this morning? This morning, I'm appreciative and grateful for of having the opportunity to meet some new people on yesterday. A friend of mine has a wonderful event, exceptional evening of called a dinner salon, where we meet other people, other creatives, business owners, whatever field you're in, and we have dinner. It's really a beautiful evening. So I shout out to Miss Pepper Patterson for her idea and bringing all those women and men together on last night. I appreciate that. That was great. Also, I have some friends in town that I was able to kind of hang out with. That was amazing. It was just a good weekend of experiences. It was a good weekend of having to get dressed up. It was a good weekend of just doing new things, meeting new people. That was it. So when we talk about it, as I look in the areas when we talk about spiritually fit people and what we do, there's always an assessment period. You're always in a place of self-awareness. For me, a spiritually fit person is always reflective upon how they move, what they do, how they're treating people, how they're treating themselves. And so when in the book, Master Kip, his book Claiming Your Power, and he talks about in the areas in our lives that are dead. And what he means by the term, what the word dead is hard. That's a hard word. But those are the areas where we feel powerless, where we feel frustrated, where we feel withdrawn and constricted. You're not growing anymore and restricted. Those areas, can you look at your life right now and say, where do I have the most frustration at right now? Where do I feel powerless? Maybe it's in a family relationship that you just keep butting heads. Maybe it's in a spousal relationship where you just don't feel like you're loved, appreciated, or valued. Maybe it's on the job. What areas? Maybe it's with your money. Maybe it's in your health. You just feel like it's just not going to work. Nothing I'm doing is helping on this thing. Those areas, wherever you find those, wherever you at those places, those are the areas at this moment that are dead for you. Again, let me say what he's talking about. Master Kip is talking about in the book. He said we all have areas in our lives that are dead, and in order for us to fully walk in our purpose, we must address those dead areas. The dead areas, what he says are dead areas, are those areas in our lives, whether it's finance, career, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's relationships, whether it's spirituality, whatever it is, are the areas that you feel powerless in, the areas that you feel restricted and constricted in, the areas that you have the most frustration in. I want you to assess as I'm talking to you live, whether you go down the list, the areas where you just feel like you're stuck. Let me say that you feel stuck you're just stuck. And you ain't moving from it, and you don't feel like you're growing or expansive. Okay, so if we're looking at that, let's talk about resurrecting the dead areas of your life. Can you really sit down and say right now, look at your life and say, you know what, I appreciate these things in my life and what these are doing, but in this area I'm really struggling. I feel stuck. I feel like I'm not growing. I'm very frustrated. I think the frustration is other people, but really the frustration is us and how we move with things. And so we must, spiritually fit people must take ownership of how we move. It's not other people necessarily. It's how we are looking at it, what we're doing. Sometimes we overgive. We had a lot of conversation about that last night. Over giving, and we expect someone to give that certain level back to us, and we get very frustrated when all in all it's our boundaries. It's our boundaries. So we looking at it. So if you look, have you looked at what your life is, what you think that areas in your life are you're struggling with right now? Are you really looking at it and you're saying, okay, hey LGD, what's going on, gorgeous? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. You looking at your life right now that you're saying what areas are dead or I'm frustrated in the most? What are those areas? And see, because this is the thing. This is not to overwhelm, depress you. This is to give life back into what we're doing, give life back to our purpose, which is to resurrect us living life to its fullest, not just when we're doing one thing and then just after that we lose momentum or excitement or enthusiasm about life. When we come back to our real lives, we want our real lives to be enthusiastic, energetic. We want to live life to its fullest on a daily basis. And that doesn't look like we're like partying. It looks like we're excited about the possibilities of this day. We're excited about, we move and not in our frustration with a heaviness of worry and stress all the time. We're moving and we're loving it because we're walking our path in a way that we know that there is joy in each moment. We can see different things, not that it's la la land all the time. All right. So one of the quotes that really stuck with me, I want to really give this to you guys and let you sit with this one. It's basically this. He says, the areas of our lives where you feel the most dead, and remember I said stuck, powerless, frustrated, withdrawn, or restricted. Those areas, that's the dead areas, are also the areas of your life where you have the least courage and the least amount of faith in God, the God of your understanding and source, the universe. Let me say that again. The areas of your life where you are the most dead are also the areas of your life where you have the least courage and the least amount of faith. That is so powerful to me. I am just in awe of that right there alone. Let me hold on, guys. I hear my backlash. I was like, what is that talking? That's my Bluetooth is on. I was like, what is that? I thought somebody was talking out the window. So so we're gonna go from that place. So how do we looking at that? That is a powerful statement. So what we want to talk about now is how do we surrender that? How do we resurrect that? And the first thing is surrendering that to your higher power. That assessing that an awareness of that is an area that I feel stuck in. Listen, and we're not shaming, blaming, and guilting ourselves. We're simply becoming aware of, you know what? I do feel stuck in that. I'm frustrated, and I've been frustrated. I do feel like I'm powerless here. I feel like they not doing what I want them to do, and it is causing me a situation. But the reality of it is now it's like, okay, so what do I do? And the thing what he's talking about is embracing the surrender. Now, we use the word surrender all the time, but really it's like giving it over to the God of our understanding, source, universe, to help us, guide us, and navigate through this time or this phase or this issue in our lives, giving it over and literally saying, I'm going to take my hands off. Now, here's the thing with me. I thought I was surrendering a lot of stuff. And my areas would be, I would say finances, as I keep embracing and growing in business and that type of thing, and relationships. And when I say that, I know people say, well, no, I said, no, for me, I know me. And so I realize that I still try to move in those areas, even though, you get a little bit of information and then you just take off with it, as opposed to going step by step through certain things, allowing things to come with the ease and flow, not forcing anything, allowing and believing, trusting that the universe can handle this thing. There it is. It's literally, it's not bouncing it off of what we know, off of our past experiences and because we are amazing people. We are very wise people. But the reality of it is we keep taking things back and trying to do it our way and feeling stuck and frustrated, as opposed to just taking your hands off and having a meditative session or a prayer session or what have you, and just saying simply, or writing in your journal, you know what, I'm not really handling this properly, or maybe I'm not looking at it properly. Maybe it's something, what do I need to do here to allow this to unblock and allow things to flow? And most of the time, it's surrendering it over to our higher power. So listen, there you go, surrendering. So the first thing I would say is self-awareness. Where are you stuck at? Where? Now, a lot of us know where we're stuck at. The next thing is surrendering that, saying, you know what, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried this. What we love to say is, I've tried everything. No, you haven't tried everything, or it wouldn't be an issue for you. I know you've tried a lot of things, but you may have been in a certain headspace. You may have been so understand, if something's coming back up for you, it means we have to address it. Now you may have more tools, you may have more experiences, you may have more access, you may not be afraid to ask for help. That may be it. You may not be afraid now, and so it comes back up for us to address. We are built to win. Understand that we are built to win. Sometimes we hold on to things way too long, and a lot of things we hold on to is our old perceptions or our ideas of what things should be, how they should be done, and we hold on to it rigidly, and so we block ourselves off. Number 2 is to release. Embrace the surrender. That is one of the most courageous things that we can do. The word courage comes up to me on this walk. A spiritually fit person is courageous. And the reason why you're courageous is because when you assess, it takes courage to really look at you, to really ask yourself the questions. Sometimes you are wrong. You're not right all the time. I'm not right all the time. I may be looking at it with a small lens based off my old experiences, triggers, all those things. And you have to assess that. Good morning, Yvette. What's going on? We have to know that. We have to look at that. Sometimes, just because we think it should go a certain way, we think it should be here. And reality of it is, we know that source, universe, is bigger than us. We don't know why things happen. Sometimes it's to make us do what we need to do. Sometimes that fire gets turned up for us to do what we need to do for us. Period. It's more than, we're not walking in our purpose. A lot of us, we may be playing small. So it's like trying to keep telling us our frustration is not from outside, it's inside out. And so we have to really look at ourselves. I know we say some of these people make it frustrating me, but it's how we're looking at it, and why are we giving ourselves that why are we giving that the attention? What about it speaks to you? Number 3, when you start learning different ways, practice new ways of being. These are big concepts right now. Practicing new ways of being, and give yourself grace on these things. Don't think you're going to be perfect with it off. Just give yourself grace. Just asking that, hey, I realize that in the area of money, I'm super frustrated with my career. I need your guidance on this. I've done a lot of things. I've done coaches. I've gotten coaches. I've done this. I've done that. What do I need to do? And then there's a release of that. There's a relief from just reaching for something bigger than ourselves, so that you can download or get the download or the inspired inspiration, inspired actions, inspired ways of being, so that we can move in a different way. These answers are within us. And some of us may say, hey, go get a coach. Okay, hey, go to counseling. Okay, maybe it's this or maybe it's that. But we have to sit and be aware that those answers will come. We have to believe and trust. Now, some of it may require us to do something different. One of the things I love about working out is so indicative of life and changing ourselves. It's one of the most intimate things that you can do, because it shows you how strong you really are. When you start from here, or you have to lose a certain amount of weight, and I've been trying this for years and it's never worked. And now this time there's a different commitment. There's a different push. There's a different pull for you to come forward and say, I want to do this. And now you're willing to tweak your diet differently. Now you're willing to commit yourself to certain things every day. That takes another level. that you've never done before, but now you've tapped into it. Now you've tapped into it. That's in anything in life, relationships. This will challenge the very core who you are, who we think we are. We have these definitions of ourselves that we think we are this based on all the things that we've gone through. And just because you've gone through things, we've done certain things and we've been certain, but it doesn't mean that's all of who we are. Spiritually fit people are courageous enough to keep asking the question, God, what are you saying to me about me? God, what do you need me to change? Anytime we say a prayer, that's a request of a change, a transformation within ourselves, because some of us, we're praying for things that we can't accept because we're not lined up with what we're asking for. That? All right, guys, that's my time. Resurrecting the dead areas in our lives. Are you ready to do the work? Because let me tell you something, spiritual work, self-work is not for the faint of heart. It is not. If you talking about being spiritual, just like any workout, just like trying to go through your college degrees, these things, that's not for the faint of heart. There takes a commitment level. It's a pulling from the inside out that you must have. There's a discipline that comes with it. But there's also so many great rewards that come with this thing. It comes with it. It comes with it. There's a becoming. There's this. Hey, you welcome, Jen. You welcome. We're gonna master this day because we're saying we want to master this day. We're gonna ask the universe to walk with us this day so that we can move in our greatness today, in our genius today, so we can move. We're gonna ask for clarity. I want to have clarity. I want to have fun today. I want to be productive today. I want to move and let my light shine greatly today. In order for me to do that, I must most definitely do my inner work from that part. PhD level. That's it. PhD level. This is not I want to take care of my body because that's what helps me to walk in my purpose better. I want to take care of my mind because that's what gives me insight so that not only for myself, but that I can speak that out loud. I want to move like that. I want to have some joy. I don't want to know stuff, have all the doctoral level stuff, all the things working on all this, and be angry and irritated, and nobody want to be around me half the time, or mean spirited. That's not why I do what I do. That's what I say. I'm like, no, spiritually fit people, there's a joy to this thing. You're not Pollyanna all the time, but there's a joy. You're kind. I tell people all the time, listen, point blank, are you kind? Are you complaining all the time? Are you mean to people? What's your language like? Sometimes we don't know that we're dead in an area because we're not aware of how we speak about certain topics. We don't know. We don't realize that we're giving a lot of energy to some dead areas because we're frustrated. And can we say we're getting deader? I don't know, but that's it. All right, guys, that's my time. I appreciate you for jumping on this morning. Please like, share, comment to me what this brings up for you. I want you to marinate on that quote. The quote is, the areas of your life for your consideration, the areas of your life where you are the most dead, and dead means stuck, feeling powerless, feeling frustrated, feeling withdrawn or restricted. Are also the areas of your life where you have the least courage and the least amount of faith in the God of your understanding. That's my language. It says in God, the God of your understanding, source, universe. Let's do some work, baby. Let's do some work. Have an amazing day. Happy Monday, guys. Talk with you later.